Hi, Uber and Lyft have a huge customer service problem. And isn't that their only real job? My name is Levi, and this is the Daily Drive. So, okay, customer service. Let's talk about what Uber and Lyft, DoorDash, all these gig apps, what they really, really are. They're just apps. They don't have any vehicles, so they don't drive people to and from. They don't have drivers. They don't cook the food if you're a DoorDasher. All they do is put one person in touch with another person, which is basically customer service. They're a broker, they're an agent, but imagine if you go to, I don't know, go on a cruise. You want to go on a cruise. Now you could go to a Carnival Cruise Line direct or whoever, where you go and order it through them, I assume. But you might go through a travel agent and you pay a premium service a little bit to go through a travel agent because they're going to do all the hard work for you. And if something doesn't go right, you reach out to that travel agent. But it's kind of hard, if not impossible, to get good customer service from Uber and Lyft. In fact, now if you're a passenger, you may, if you're lucky, get somebody on the phone. But for the most part, what I hear from passengers are that they have a problem, whatever that problem is, and they text, do some sort of automated AI agent texting the app, and the app just gives them a refund, which is a pretty easy thing to do. But that's not customer service. That's like buying off the problem. That's not solving the problem. But there's actually even a bigger problem for drivers. For drivers, you have to be a great driver, a diamond, I shouldn't say great, a driver that follows Uber's rules or Lyft's rules to even get somebody on the phone. We have no way of calling anybody if we're not a diamond driver or some sort of premium Lyft driver. I assume it's the same way for DoorDash. That's a huge problem, is that they don't even do customer service really well. Drivers are constantly being kicked off the app because a passenger wants to get a free ride, and they know if they text Uber or Lyft, my driver is a racist, my driver was drunk, Uber just immediately kicks us off, and then we're going to struggle to find a way to resolve this, litigate it, and hopefully get back on the app just because somebody wanted a free ride. So there's this huge customer service problem, but that's not the biggest customer service problem. Okay, Waymo, Robotaxi, Zoox, all these new businesses, these cars, these artificial intelligence cars are coming into the marketplace. Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Austin. I think it's really interesting to hear passengers say they like these cars, not because the car's safe or autonomous or anything like that. They like two things about it. Number one, they don't like the drivers. Drivers like me, we have made it so uncomfortable through talking too much, or maybe we don't talk at all. We have our earbuds in, or we drive unsafe, or we are not clean as people, or whatever it might be. Whereas the autonomous car is going to consistently drive, for the most part, the same. So passengers really like that. The second thing, though, that the passengers really like about the autonomous cars is that the cars themselves are very consistent. So I went out there and I was thinking, if I were to go here in Syracuse and order an Uber from Destiny Mall to the Syracuse airport, an Uber X car, I get the cheapest car. What comes? What ride? What vehicle is going to show up? I don't know. I don't know. It could be, a pretty nice car. It could be somebody in a luxury SUV just randomly out there picking up an Uber X car because they want to get to the airport, and you're going to get a Cadillac Escalade. There are no Cadillac Escalades doing Uber X for the most part in Syracuse, because we don't have Uber Black or anything of those premium. Comfort is the highest that you can get here in Syracuse. But for the most part, you could get a person in a Honda Accord or, a nice car But you could also get a broken down Mazda 3 with like a huge, horribly dirty interior and a driver that, has been smoking all day and that doesn't speak English and that doesn't want to talk to you. And, so you're trying to save a couple of bucks. You get the wait and save. Maybe you pay $20. You save $1 or whatever. And you can get the worst experience, customer service experience. Now, you could cancel when the driver shows up, but then you have to wait again for the next ride. So now that's the problem with Uber and Lyft. There's no consistency in the service being provided. And that's a huge problem for us as drivers, too, by the way, because there are drivers, probably like you or me, if you're a driver, that are trying hard. We constantly keep our car clean. We're trying our best to provide a safe and smooth ride. We have better vehicles. But the truth is, there's no reason for us to do that. There's no incentive for me to try harder other than two things. Number one, pride. Just I have pride in my job. But that doesn't pay the bills. That doesn't make my wife happy. So if I have a higher end vehicle and I'm always paying to go get it cleaned, and this guy in this broken down Mazda 3 shows up, that he's going to get paid the same rate. And by the way, drivers, that's why I'm against rate cards, because that's definitive. Like, that's the bottom of the barrel now. There's no reason to have any level of effort if we're all going to get paid the same. But the second thing is that I don't know if I'm going to earn a tip. I can try as hard as I possibly can. And the reason why I try hard, but I don't know if I'm going to earn a tip. The Mazda 3 guy's just given up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to cut my costs to the bare minimum. I'm never going to clean my car. I don't have to provide great customer service. I'm going to buy the cheapest possible car I possibly can. And I'm going to make just the same amount for the most part as the guy next to me who's trying hard. And that's the problem with Uber and Lyft and DoorDash. And maybe not DoorDash because nobody really cares what their driver does. But if you've ever seen inside of a DoorDash car, there's a lot of them that are trying, but there's some of them that are just, I wouldn't want my food. I wouldn't want my food in that Mazda 3. Look at all that dog hair. Gross. That's a huge problem for these companies. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse as autonomous cars and these consistently, maybe they're not clean. I don't know if they're clean or not. I assume they're going to be clean, but these consistent level of service. I know what I'm going to get when I order a Waymo. I know what I'm going to get. And that's like a level of customer service. And if Uber and Lyft don't provide better phone support, better tech support, their customer service, what good are they doing? It's really interesting. I don't know. What do you think about Uber and Lyft's customer service? Are you a driver that's never, ever gotten somebody on the phone? Are you a passenger that are constantly in dismay by the quality of the vehicles that are showing up and the quality of the drivers? Are you still out there playing Russian roulette with, I'm going to order Uber X and cross my fingers. I saved $2. Ooh, did I get the good car? Is it worth it? I so appreciate it. Hey, let's jump into some of your questions. Okay, so Rich asked, hey, how do I text? Well, he thought it was a good idea, but let me just explain that my texting. Texting and driving is extremely dangerous. It's definitely against the law. And so how do I text my passengers? Well, let's say I'm sitting parked and a ride comes through. Bing. And I look at it and I go, yeah, I want to take that ride. I hit accept. From there, I make sure everything's ready to go. And then I go into my phone and I go to the text messaging function within the app and I just hit Y, the letter Y 3 times. And that brings up that's a keyboard shortcut that I've put that says on my way with an exclamation point and a smiley face and an emoji, a thumbs up, right? I think it just sets the tone and it's a very easy shortcut to do. And that, sets the tone for the ride and it's easy to do. I have a couple other ones like GGG is getting close. I don't know. I think that's the only 2 that I've really used. I set up others and I don't really use them, but those 2, I like those 2. Listy, boy, you're a constant commenter. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you engaging in all the chats here on the channel. Okay, so Listy says, how much to keep my car cleaned? How much do I spend? Oh, way too much. Okay, I have a subscription through Delta Sonic. It's got a car wash at 3 locations here in Syracuse. I go at least once a day to get the outside done, sometimes twice a day. The reason why I go so much to get the outside done, there's two reasons. The first is that my house here, I don't have a garage, so my car gets crapped on by these trees. So it's really bad. If you were to get up close and look at my paint job on all my vehicles, the tree sap, the pine needles, it's not good. It's not good. So I go to get the car wash as much as possible just to get most of that off, especially in the morning. Um, and then I also get the car washed a lot during the winter time. If you drive in a winter place, snow and ice build up on your car as you're driving around. So if I'm going to put 200, 300 miles a day on my vehicle, it's good just to go through the car wash really quickly. If I drive by the car wash, if I see there's no line, I'll quickly go in the automatic one. Then I get the interior done for the most part once a day, sometimes every other day. Just again because the car gets so messy on the inside, even though I'm cleaning it out. So I spend about, I want to say it's $80 a month for the interior exterior. It's like 40 and 30, so 70 plus. But then I also spend $5, sometimes $7 a day in tips to the car wash people. Sometimes when I go through the car wash, I don't get the car dried off. But I do get the car dried off when I go and I want to go to the interior. So I get the outside done, then I go get the inside done. I also I also have another subscription to Cortland and Ithaca car wash called Squeaky. It's like $40 a month. So I'm paying like probably $150 to $200 once you go through all the tips and everything a month just to keep my car clean. And if I drive, let's say, I'm driving 28 days, a month, I'm driving 6 days a week. I'm probably spending what is that? 10? Yeah, let's say $10 a day. I don't know. My math is not that good. I think I was an economist and accountant and I can't do the math. Yeah, it's somewhere between $7 to $10 a day just to keep my car cleaned. I don't know. Is it worth it? Do I make $7 to $10 more in tips? I don't know. But here's another thing. I sit in the car all day. I don't want to smell. I don't want to be gross. So I spend a little extra time cleaning it. In cream. All right. How much to tip? How much to tip an Uber driver? If you tip $1, that's more than enough sometimes. I'd say again, 6 out of 10 of my passengers do not tip me at all. So even if you were to just give me $1, I'm grateful. It's an acknowledgement that I put effort into the ride. And I appreciate that. I really do. A $1 tip. Mathematically speaking, again, I don't have the numbers right here in front of me, but I probably make $7 to $10 an hour in tips. So if it's an hour-long ride, at least a $10 tip would cover kind of what my average is. So a 5 to 10 minute trip, again, $1 to $2 tip is more than generous, and I super appreciate it. The way I earn a lot more money in tips is because there are two types of people. There are tippers and non-tippers. And the tippers really tip a lot. Typically, they notice and recognize the level of effort. And non-tippers, they could care less. So there's nothing I can do. I should have just, had the most dirty, horrible car and gave them that. I wish non-tippers would tell me before the ride that they're not going to tip me. I don't know. Would I even give them a ride? I don't know. Probably not. Honest to goodness truth. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? But if I knew that you're never going to tip me no matter how much effort I put into it, I wish non-tippers would tell me ahead of time, because then I just wouldn't give them a ride. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Would you do that? Hey, my name is Levi. This is the Daily Drive. I'm trying to just really produce as much content as I can to help drivers, to connect with passengers, to tell stories about what's going on within this world of rideshare, this fourth space. So in addition to this channel, we have the audio podcast. In addition to this channel, I have a Facebook group for drivers to connect. I've got the Thrive on my website, the course there. Everything I can to help build a community. And I so appreciate you listening to this and watching this. And if you're out there watching it, I really, truly do. If you are a driver for 2025, I want you to drive your way. I want you to do it the way that you want to do it. There's going to be a lot of advice, people like me telling you, hey, this is how you should do it. Don't take my advice. If you think $200 a month to clean your car is too much, don't do it. Drive your way. And I want you to know that I want you to be safe, healthy, happy. I want you to enjoy the ride. I want you to make as much money as possible. And I am cheering for you. Be well. Bye.